Hey guys, my name is Word, and welcome to the first video of this channel. And of course, this is a new channel, so I'm not gonna have any other videos for you guys to watch. But in today's video, I'm gonna be going over almost just like a intro to fighting games, because I'm gonna be posting some fighting game content as well as some other content. But it's gonna be a lot of fighting game content because that's what I like doing. And so I'm just gonna get into it, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so now getting into the example of a 2D fighter. Here I have Street Fighter 6, it came out in June of this year, so it's a pretty recent game. But it's a very fun game. I've put up quite a few hours into it. So the controls, moving back and forth. You can, if you're using a controller, you can use the left joystick, or you can use the D-pad. And then there's other types of controllers, but most people are just gonna have a standard console controller. So yeah, moving back and forth. Or press the up arrow, or move up on the left stick. Yeah, if I press up on the left stick, I gotta jump here, and you can jump forward. You can also jump back. And I press down, I do a crouch, and then you attack. Every game has like their own system for attacks. Like Street Fighter, you have your punches and kicks. So you have light punch, medium punch, and heavy punch. Then you have the equivalent for kicks. And of course, yeah, I hit him. When you hit him, of course, you do damage. And you can string combos or string moves to make combos. They're character reliant. Not everyone has the same combos. Like Ken here, if you do medium kick, heavy kick, he does a combo here, and that's unique to him. No other character has that in the game. Of course, you also have special moves, which require special motion inputs, like Ken and Ryu's Hadoken, which is that. It is a quarter circle, which means you move the joystick or press down on the D-pad, move it down, then it's diagonal, and then it's moving forward. So, like that, if you see in the bottom left corner, you see those motions, that's basically what you do. And it's that, plus a punch input. Any punch input will work, it just changes the speed of it, doesn't change the damage. For some characters, they're different versions of the Hadoken, or just commonly known as a fireball. They will do different amounts of damage. And so this example of a 2D fighter, not 3D fighters. I currently don't have a example of a 3D fighter installed. If you just go on YouTube, search in Tekken, spelled T-E-K-K-E-N. That's a 3D fighter if you want to look more into that. And here's an example of a anime fighter. Alright, so now getting into the anime fighter here. This is Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it's based off the Dragon Ball series of animes. And one of the bigger differences of this game compared to something like Street Fighter is that you actually have 3 characters that you're controlling here. So of course we have Goku Black, we have Super Baby 2, and then we also have Vegito. And all of these characters have their own move list. Granted, they are not as big as, say, Street Fighter's move list, is because you do control all 3 of them. All of them have their own moveset. It'd be kind of overwhelming to be controlling 3 characters that all have a very fleshed out moveset. So all of them have, of course, their normals, which in this game, unlike Street Fighter, you don't have kicks and punches. You just have light, medium, and heavy attacks. And then there's a special button, which usually is your projectiles. So of course you have your light, then you have medium, and then heavy. And they all have their own properties. Like mediums, are generally what will start your combos. Heavies are like your launchers, and the lights, it depends on the characters whether you use them a lot or not. Like that. This one is a multi-hit light. Someone like Baby, he only does 1 hit. And another thing with controlling the 3 characters is that every character has assists. So of course you can swap back and forth of them by pressing on controller. It is the left bumper and left trigger, or R1 and not R1, L1 and L2. But if you're on Fight Pad, which is like, if you've ever seen arcade machines for fighting games, they have like, you know, the big stick and then they have all the buttons. Pretty sure they just map the buttons to the what controller buttons would be. But if you hold like the switch buttons, of course you switch characters. But if you just press them, they'll use one of their moves from their move sets, and that's called an assist. Every character has their own assists, and they actually have 3 of them, and you choose which ones you want in the character selection screen. And that's really the differences between the 2D and anime fighters. Of course, the combos extend into the air, give you like a kind of like that, yeah. So you do stuff in the air, and that's it for the anime fighters. Alright, so hopping back onto Street Fighter here, we're going to show you an example of combos here. And compared to Mortal Kombat 1 and Dragon Ball FighterZ, the combos aren't near as flashy looking. Of course, there are flashy looking combos because combos can get kind of really technical in this game. But most of the combos you're going to be doing aren't that big. Like, I'll show you one here. So if you're just looking at this game, that combo may look big, but compared to other games, it's really not. But that's not to say there aren't flashy combos like this. Well, if I do it right. I don't know. Like that. That does a lot of damage. If you're wondering what all these like on the screen are, the bottom meters are the frame data, because all these moves do have a certain amount of frames that they take to do, which if frames you don't know are just the pictures of the game, and the game runs at 60 frames per second. So if something takes 1 frame to come out, it takes a 60th of a second. If I have, yeah, I think I have that right. But yeah, all these moves have different frame data, and then the numbers at the top is just how much damage the moves do. Like if I do that, see, it says combo damage, it says 300. So yeah, they're not much really to talk about because there's not much else to show. So I'm gonna move on to Dragon Ball FighterZ. Alright, now getting into the combos of an example of an anime fighter, which of course is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Keep in mind that I'm very out of practice with this game, so there's better combos that you can do with every character. Just I haven't played this game in close to a year, I think. So yeah. So as I said before, anime fighters tend to extend the combos into the air. So I'll give you an example of a combo here. And see, if you didn't see the number that was behind, like the damage number, the combo damage, all that stuff, it said like 20 something hits. And of course I did do a level 1 super, because like in Mortal Kombat, the meters down in those bottoms are your super meters. Of course you have 7 levels of them, which is 7 bars. They don't increase the combo, not the combo, the super damage. So yeah. And like in this game in particular, I know some of the games also, this game has auto combos, so if you just press a button over and over again, it will do like a combo for you. Like for just pressing the light attack over and over again, you can get this combo. And then pressing the medium button over and over again gets you this. which is kind of similar to the combo I did, but the auto combos do less damage because it is a free combo, just pressing a button over again. But yeah, in this game I know I've talked about the assist mechanics, but when you do a super, if you press the assist button while that your character's doing the super, the character that for the button that you pressed will also do theirs. So I'll do a combo that shows that, because you can actually use both. Well, if I do it right here. See, I did one of the characters supers there. You can do both, and with every character they have a level 1 super that uses 1 bar of meter, and then you have a level 3 which uses, of course, 3 bars. So I'll just use Baby's supers to show you. So this is his level 1, and this is his level 2. I mean his level 3. It's actually one of his level 3s because he has 2. That was one. Here's the other. Not every character has 2. Some characters have some that you can extend the super into just by holding the super button. Not the special button. The one does that, but holding the button that you used for the super, you can do that. And I'm not going to really go into more of that because, frankly, I don't know a lot more because I kind of forgot a lot of things about this game. But I can show you that combos can get pretty resource intensive, like this. Like just that one, for doing a couple hundred more damage, it used like two more bars of meter. And like you don't have to do that, but yeah, you can. So yeah, that was a 3D. I keep saying 3D fighter, anime fighter. That was an anime fighter, and now I'm just gonna get into like different I guess like different styles of characters. Even though I probably could just make its own video about that, but I'll like scratch the surface of just basic character types. So going into that here in a second. Alright, so getting into like the different types of like character like play styles. So what I said earlier is how I'm gonna make a separate video on this. I'll make a separate video on like the character like, archetypes, because there's different like types of characters. You have your pressure characters, your zoners, and you have grapplers and all those. Like I'll make a separate video on those, but I'm just mainly talking like the different like control styles, because there are 2 different types. So, and this is to mainly do with the special moves like Ken's Hadouken, his Shoryuken, that I don't know how to pronounce stuff like that. So you have the normal type, which everyone not I say everyone, but most people have, which to do with you move it in like a certain direction, like the quarter circle that I talked about earlier in the video. And of course you have the dragon punch input, which is it's kind of you move forward and then you do the quarter circle. So to do that, it's like forward, and then if you just look where it says success and then the motions, that's the input that it needs. And then of course you have your quarter circle forward, and you have the going backwards. There's also half circle and then full circle inputs, but I'm not gonna show those because they're kind of intuitive. But that's the like normal style, and then you have charge inputs, which I'll show you now. Alright, so getting into the charge characters, here I'm going to be using Guile, which is actually the character I main in this game, just because I love his playstyle. And to do like his equivalent of the Hadouken, instead of doing the quarter circle, you hold back for it's a certain amount of time. I think it's a second. Yeah, it's about a second, and then you quickly move it back forward and then press the punch input. It's a lot different than the quarter circle because you can just do that quickly, but this one you have to wait in order to do it. And a lot of people can't really do the charge inputs that well because it's just very foreign. And of course, to do his equivalent of the Shoryuken, hold down, then it's up with a kick like that, and then he doesn't have the like the spinny kick thing equivalent, the Tatsumaki something. Yeah, so that's that, and then now I'm just gonna wrap up the video with like a quick recap, and so that'll be going in a second. All right, so what future editing me realized while I was while rewatching this part of the video is that the different 'cause you know how I talked about the motion inputs versus the charge inputs. I forgot to mention how like they come up in a combo with like the quarter circle inputs, the motion inputs, they're usually very fast and executed very fast in combos with something like the charge inputs. Of course, you always basically need to be charging. And so when I start that combo, which is just holding down, then medium punch into flash kick, which is the up kick thing, which is that, I'm already charging. I already have the kick charged. So even before I start, I already have that charged. And something if I'm doing like a jump in, which is when you jump and then attack that hits them over the head. While I'm in the air, I'm already charging the input because you can actually charge your moves in the air. So if I jump forward, but I'm holding back, if I jump, well, I can do it right. Well, I don't think I'm gonna do it right. Give me one more try. Here we go. I was charging that move in the air. It's same with the flash kick like that. And so yeah, that I just realized that when I was editing. So now I'm gonna go into the recap here. All right, so going into like a quick recap of the video. So I talked about the different uh, types of fighting games. You got 2D fighters where it's side to side, up and down. And you got 3D fighters, which you're basically you're in the whole circle. You can move around in that. You can jump, but you really tend not to. Then you have anime fighters, which is it's just a subcategory of 2D fighters where they have like a more I don't know how to put it, but animated style of animation, and then they also focus on lots of hits for little damage. Each hit does a little damage, but you use a lot of hits, and the combos tend to go into the air a lot more. Of course, then you had the different control styles, like the different like ways of attacking, and that's basically just game to game. It depends on the game. And then you have combos. Well, games like Street Fighter have combos with less hits, like 4, 5, maybe 6 hit combos that do a nice chunk of damage, like a reasonable piece of damage. And then you have something like Mortal Kombat, where it's a longer combo that does a lot more damage, but it's not like Dragon Ball Fighters, an anime fighter where you're doing a lot of hits for the damage. And you have the different like special move input styles, and you have your motion inputs where you're moving the joystick or like the D-pad in a certain direction. You have your quarter circle or your half circle, all that stuff, plus an attack input to do it. Then you have your charge inputs where you're holding a direction, then you press the opposite direction in an attack input to do your special move like that. And so that's basically just kind of a recap of the video. And so I hope you guys liked it. If you would subscribe because that would be nice. You don't have to. I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna go to your house, watch you while you sleep, and cut your throat if you don't subscribe to the channel. Wink, wink, wink. But yeah, hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.